Welcome back. This is SportsZone on Joy Prime. Thank you very much for staying with us. We've got a lot to go through tonight, including the transfers. Manchester City are clearing house. Of course, Jack Grealish is going to Everton. McCarthy is going to Nottingham Forest. Savinho could be going to Spurs. What would that mean for Kudus Mohammed? We'll talk about that. But the show is partly brought to you by Guinness. Of course, Guinness Smooth and Guinness Extra, Foreign Extra Stout, as well as Piva, who are producers of the Game Energy Drink. Guys, welcome to the show. Danike and Tichofe Flibashim. Piva are changing the game. Danike, how you doing, my brother?
Solid stuff. You are come to your case.
Don't worry.
Guys, like when you are doing your intro, you think people are not listening. Eh?
No. Talk about the game first. The game.
You are not being fair to the game.
The game?
You are not being fair to the game. Somebody who finished 15th, you are saying that as one player send them to title. What title?
I said 3 signings.
Title.
Tesco, Baleba,
but the world champions. But the world champions, you are asking if top 4 is a realistic target. Hey, you. Okay.
Why?
The world champions.
So you are saying that it's not realistic?
No, of course. I mean, he's comparing two things. Somebody finished 15th, signs a couple of players, and in your mind, you are thinking they could be title challengers, or you're asking if they could be title challengers. Someone finishes in 4th place, goes to conquer the world, and you are saying that a realistic finish for them will be top 4. Like, it doesn't...
Amorito.
So all of a sudden, Amorim is a better catch to winning the league than Maresca.
Yes, best young coach in the world.
All right.
Amorito.
And your coach has been nominated in the Ballon d'Or.
Best young striker in the world. The best performing striker under the age of 23. The first time I've seen that kind of stat for 23, under the age of 23. It's a very odd place to start with the start.
How many top strikers, though, are under that age?
They have put the goal scorer, they have put the likes of Bellingham there.
I made reference to the point
I don't know who came up with that particular stat, honestly.
My people, you see, these things we are doing. When Haaland was coming to City, that's the same stats they brought us. Players under the age of... Even Florian Wirtz, when he was coming, attacking midfielders under the age of this thing. They do it all the time. So why is it that with Benjamin Sesko, you are acting as if you've never seen this thing?
Oh, Sesko! Anyway, so guys, the Game Energy Drink is in the market now from Piva Beverages. It's amazing. They're changing the game.
Yeah.
The game is here and it's here to stay. All right? So listen, the game is the game.
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 Guys, speaking about the game, Kotoko and Bibiani Gosa, they have games to play. Proper games. So the CAF Confederation Cup and CAF Champions League draw, preliminary round draw, that was held on Saturday. And it's picked some very dangerous oppositions for the Ghanaian clubs this season. So for Bibiani Gold Stars, who will play in the CAF Champions League, they will have to contend with JS Kabylie. This is a club very much noted for its superiority on the African continent, at least more consistent, let me put it that way. They haven't necessarily been more successful than, let's say, the likes of Kumasi Santuko Toko or so. But this is a club very well known to be a powerhouse in African football. They are an Algerian club, and so that's the game that they will have to play. And that is only the first round. If they get past JS Kabylie, there's even tougher opposition waiting. The same for Kumasi Santuko Toko. They get to play a West African opposition in Kwara United of Nigeria. If they get past them, there's an even tougher opposition waiting. Guys, I mean, is there reason to be hopeful about this particular draw? I mean, let's start with Bibiani Gold Stars. They've been preparing a lot. They've been camping here in Accra for a long time. The first round matches will be between, I think, September 15 and 18. That particular weekend is when the first round matches will be played. Let's talk about Bibiani Gold Stars. Your first attempt at CAF competition, and this is what you get.
I don't think there's any club in Ghana that is good enough to compete in the Champions League.
CAF Champions League.
Oh, yes, of course.
Good enough. The champions play in the CAF.
So I'm saying that I don't think there is any club
Mm-hmm.
in Ghana good enough to compete in the CAF Champions League.
Okay.
I think the best level for the league that we play is the Confederation Cup.
Interesting.
I think that when Ghanaian teams mobilize and organize well, they can do well in the Confederation Cup more than the Champions League. So I don't necessarily bang my hopes a lot on Ghanaian clubs when they go into the Champions League, but it's football. Games can be funny. Underdogs can sail through. Cup games have a different feel altogether because it's home and away. So I'm not going to put it past them. But it's just like looking at a league like maybe the Scottish League, so looking at teams like Celtic and Rangers going into the Champions League vis-a-vis these same teams playing in the Conference League or the Europa League, you know, and that is how I see it. So I wish them all the best. However, for Kotoko, yeah, their first draw, you think it's okay, and then you're looking at if they go through the fact that they play against WAC. But what Kotoko will be looking to will be, if you like, their pedigree, the coach that is coaching them, who last season in the same competition did so well with them. With Dreams FC, went all the way to the semi-final. So they were counting on the experience of Coach Zito in the Confederation Cup. But of course, if they sail through the first round, they come up against WAC, who are... We saw them play in the FIFA Club World Cup, and you have to be good enough to be one of the few African teams to represent the continent on that stage. So, a tough ask for the Ghanaian clubs.
DK, what do you think?
For BBNA, I think they'll struggle. I think obviously first time around, and they don't necessarily have a squad of players who have been on that stage before. A large chunk of these players will be playing in the continental competitions for the first time. So I think it will be very difficult for BBNA Gold Stars, and I don't expect too much from them. I think anything after the first round will be a bonus, to be frank. But for Kotoko, I looked at the draw. Even the Wydad that is waiting for them, I think Kotoko can beat Wydad. Wydad in the past couple of seasons have not been themselves. Last season, they were very poor in Interclub. I think they went out in the group stages. They were really poor. The FIFA Club World Cup you talk about, they didn't impress. They played some nice passing football in patches, but it wasn't a great competition. It wasn't a great outing for them. For me, I really think one thing that works for Kotoko is their audacity. Kotoko are not entering this competition like BBNA hoping to go and let's see what happens. They are going with a coach who just a couple of months ago was in the semi-final. He himself believes that he can go all the way. If he did it with Dreams, why can't he do it to Kotoko? They've kept a large chunk of their squad. They are fresh off silverware. They've gone to South Africa, gone to... All these small things put a lot of it serves as a huge confidence booster for the club. And I think it was a very strategic move and very sensible from the club management to take them out of Ghana to go and play against a club that also has pedigree on the continent. Obviously, not necessarily at the top of their game, but pedigree. They went out there, they brought back a trophy. It just tells them that they are a club that is capable of going out to succeed. And for me, I don't see the reason why over 2 legs, Kotoko can reach the second round. And again, I touch on the Wydad. It's just about a good tactical game plan. It's a one-off game. And I trust Zito, and I look at this group of players, and to be frank, when a player puts on the Kotoko jersey in front of the home fans, you can never look at Kotoko and say, we are hoping that, no. You give them every chance to go out and get the job done. And for me, yes, let's focus on the first round. But after that, I really believe that Kotoko can and possibly will beat Wydad if they face them.
All right, let's see what will become of that. But you know, it's really going to be interesting because the last time that Karim Zito, as head coach of any Ghanaian club, was in the CAF Confed Cup, he reached the semi-finals. With Dreams FC. So there is some pedigree there for the coach, and I think that a lot of people probably didn't expect him to go all the way to win the FA Cup, but they did. And Zito has shown over the years that he's a coach that is very good when it comes to cup competitions. So I think, as Daniel said, you know, it'd be maybe a little bit too naive to discount Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But first, though, they must get past Kwara United. That's where it starts. So let's not get ahead of ourselves, already talking about Casablanca when we haven't done the job against Kwara United, the team that Kotoko are facing in the very first round. So all the best to Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Bibiani Gold Stars. Gold Stars have been here in Accra. They've been training in Accra. The GFA president paid a visit to them to go and, encourage them, motivate them, and what have you. So I'm sure all those things are motivational elements that can ginger them on to go and do well in this particular competition. So all the best to Bibiani Gold Stars and Kumasi Asante Kotoko in the CAF competitions. Speaking of which, tomorrow is when Congress will decide whether Keto Kreku will get a third term, not just him, whether the GFA presidency will get the chance to go a third term or will stay with the 2 terms. They will table those resolutions before the GFA Congress tomorrow, the 31st Ordinary Congress at Pram, and they will vote. But the term of office and the extension of it or otherwise is not the only proposal that will be on the table. There will also be proposals to vote to allow the second vice president of the GFA to be a woman automatically. And it will also, of course, they will also be tabling some resolutions to ensure they kick out some people that were listed as members of the FA or otherwise. But I think no one is talking about all of that. Everybody is fixated on the issue of the term of office. Last week, we had a very conclusive conversation on this, so I don't want us to waste too much time. I just want to ask the guys what their expectations are about tomorrow, whether they expect this to get pushed through with no opposition or you expect a very fierce debate. What do you expect from Congress tomorrow, Sicho?
No, I expect it to be pushed through without opposition because of the nature of it.
Yeah.
If it goes to a secret vote, I think that there'll be pushbacks.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that people sit on the platform and look at the congressmen and women and see who's raising their hand in support or not will make it difficult for people to contest it. So the nature of Congress itself doesn't aid in transparency, but doesn't aid in allowing people to express themselves. And that is how I think the FA will bully these recommendations through and pass it into standing in the statutes. But yeah, I expect a rubber stamp to it.
DK?
Yeah, same.
No. I mean, there's so many Congress members that have been speaking
but we've already
that have shown enough opposition.
We've already seen, but we've seen quite a number of Premier League clubs already come out to back the decision. So when you see them talking like that, you can tell where the vote is heading towards. So I completely agree with Sicho when he says that. I completely agree with Sicho when he says that it will be pushed through without any opposition. For me, it is what it is.
So that's that. So everybody expects the resolutions and the changes to be pushed through Congress come tomorrow. But we'll be back here to analyze a few more of what exactly will be happening when it comes to Congress. But it looks like it's going to be very automatic and what have you. So we'll see what becomes of that. Anyway, so we're going to go to the board now and speak to Karim on Ghanaian players abroad. I'm not sure what he's been following, but a lot of transfers. Last week he wasn't here, so we were not exactly sure which player has gone where. So I'm sure Karim has got quite a lot to go through today on the show. Karim, good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening.
Yes.
So, you see, there's only today to wrap up everything. And next week, we'll start with best 11 from every weekend.
Okay.
And the final batch of players, I start them with Abu Francis. He has been playing with Cercle Brugge for the past 3 seasons. And during that time, he has played 100 games for Cercle Brugge, which he has scored 3 goals and provided 7 assists. So right now, he has gotten some upgrade to the French League 1. He's a midfielder around 24 to FC Toulouse. That is where he's going to continue his football. And it's a good environment for him to continue to develop. And they paid 2.1 million euros to sign him on a 4-year deal, actually. So he's now, after 3 seasons in Belgium, he's going to France to play in the Ligue 1. adding to the Ghanaian numbers. They're the first Ghanaian player to play for Toulouse. Then Ebenezer Annan, also moving from Red Star Belgrade, that is in Serbia, to the French League 2, not League 1, but they paid around 2 million euros for him as well, and he has signed a 3-year deal. Last season, he played the second half of the season for Red Star Belgrade. He needs stability, and he won the title with them, but didn't stay with them. Only in 2024, he has moved 5 times. Only in 1 year, he has moved 5 times. So, like, there's no stability for him, and he has joined Saint-Etienne in the League 2. Pardon?
5 times in 1 year?
Yes, in 2024, he has moved 5 times.
But how many transfer windows are there in a year for you?
So, how this thing is, the Serbian league is, they play it like in the order of the year. So, okay. And some of the loans, some of them are loans, so they just recall him when he's there.
Okay.
So, then he signed a 3-year deal with Saint-Etienne. They paid around 2 million euros for him, and he has signed a 3-year deal. So, as I said, hopefully he gets some stability there and get them promoted. He goes there to join Augustin Boachi, who was already there last season, but got injured and he got relegated from the League 1. Then Thomas Partey, something that really got a lot of people excited. He was released by Arsenal after the end of his contract, where he has played 167 games for them, scored 9 goals and provided 7 assists, where he was averaging a goal in about 14 games. Every 14 games, he scored a goal for Arsenal. And going back to La Liga, where he played for Atletico Madrid, in La Liga, he needs like some 10 goals to score a goal, a league that he's very much familiar with, and going to Villarreal, where he's going to play for 1 year, and there's an option to extend. Obviously, it's a free transfer. Then Jonathan Sowa. Do you know there's only 1 goal puncher in Ghana?
1 goal puncher?
Puncher.
What is that?
What does that mean?
I'm a goal puncher, so I'm the beast. There is no beast anywhere. I'm the beast here. So when the time is due, that's it.
What are you capable of doing?
I'm a goal puncher, so I'm the beast. There is no beast anywhere. I'm the beast here. So when the time is due.
What are you capable of?
You see, he says he's the goal puncher. When he went to Tanzania last season, he played only 13 games there, and he scored 13 goals. When he came back for the holidays, we asked him what he's capable of doing, and he says he's the goal puncher.
He scored what, 13 goals?
13 goals in 13 games for Singinda Black Stars. He plays for national team Black Stars. The club last season was Singinda Black Stars. That was in the Tanzanian top flight, and he got an upgrade to Simba, where he's going to be competing in Africa. When we asked him when he didn't get the Black Stars call-up, how was he feeling? He said he was feeling bad, but he's a goal puncher. He's scoring 13 goals in 13 games. Hopefully he gets the Black Stars call-up. Then this guy, Sabit Abdullahi, he's 26. Last season, he moved from Getafe to Botafogo. That is in Brazil, but not the one that competed in the Club World Cup. This one is based in Sao Paulo. Then that one is in Fortaleza, I think. This one, they play in the second tier of the Brazilian league. He played there for only 1 year. Then he moved to Alverca. That is a newly promoted Portuguese club. How long the contract is, I don't know. It's not disclosed. The amount they paid for him as well, not disclosed. 26, hopefully he gets the discovery he needs there to rebuild his career. Then Frederick Assad, after his contract expired with Asante Kotoko, they released him. They didn't extend his contract. Then he signed for Durban City for 2 years. That is a top flight club in South Africa. They just got promoted, and Frederick Assad was with the Black Stars at some point now in South Africa. Then the last one we'll be doing today, Kunedi Yadom. Also, last season, he didn't really play a lot. He went to Chivas, that is 2 seasons ago, in Ukraine. Came back to House of Folk. It didn't really work out well for him there. And throughout last season, it was towards the end of the season that he really got some minutes under his legs at House of Folk. Then his contract expired, and he moved to Hapoel Kfar Saba. That is in the Israeli second tier. He has signed, I don't know exactly how long, maybe 1 year deal there, and hopefully he can do something for himself there. Usually when he moves there, it doesn't really, you don't know how it is. He moved to Chivas. He thought like that was a spark for him to get some other attention from other big clubs, but he didn't. Now in Israel, in the second tier with Hapoel Kfar Saba. Hopefully it does work out for him there. So next week, this is the end of the transfers road. Next week, we'll do Ghanaian players abroad and best team from each weekend. Fentu, I'm done.
Fantastic. All right. So thank you very much. Speaking of Ghanaian players, there's been quite a lot of them. You mentioned Thomas Partey there. He did make his debut for Villarreal in a friendly game against Aston Villa. They lost that game by 2-0. But Thomas's performance has got a lot of people raving. But he's back in the Champions League. It will be interesting. Did you manage to catch a bit of his performance?
No, the one I watched was the competitive fixture between Leicester City, the Leicester City's game this weekend in the Championship. And I saw the Black Stars captain Fatah Isahaku in imperious form.
Yeah.
Fatah Isahaku, first competitive game back.
Benaya has got that game as well. Don't worry, we'll play it for you.
Thank you very much.
Two Ghanaian players.
Karim intentionally didn't see it.
He didn't point out the performance. But anyway, Sicho, interesting to see Thomas back in action in this very unique yellow of Villarreal.
Yeah, it's a yellow submarine. I saw a meme on I think one of the social media platforms. It says that Villarreal have got only one jersey. Yeah. They don't have an away jersey. Because whenever you see Villarreal,
they're wearing yellow.
It's just very unique.
But by the way, look, I saw the compiled highlights of Thomas's debut for the club. And he looked like Thomas. He didn't look like a player who hasn't played football for a while and hasn't started preseason as early as others. But credit to him because he had been keeping fit, even when he didn't have a club or when his time with Arsenal was done. So you could see him doing what Thomas does, picking the ball and passing it very well, taking the ball under pressure. Villarreal have got a very quality player on their hand. And so, I think he's going to enjoy his time in Spain. And as you mentioned, they'll play in the Champions League. And that is what you ask for any footballer who wants to keep playing.
All right, so we'll see more of Thomas Partey next season. Benaya, they say that Black Stars captain, well, they didn't say. In fact, if I say that, I'm not being fair. Then, okay, yeah, you're right. This one, you have caught me. Leicester City started off their championship campaign in brilliant fashion. We'll play back that game for you. But I want to take you to Wembley. All right, I'll take you to Wembley, and show you the highlights of what was a beautiful game of football between Liverpool and Crystal Palace. It ended 2-2, and Palace won the FA Cup by 3-2, I guess. The penalty shootout. It wasn't a great game of football in that sense, but in the end, I completely loved it. It was absolutely brilliant. Let's take a look at the highlights. All right, so fantastic game of football at Wembley. Oliver Glasner showing that he's a trophy magnet. Somebody said Oliver Glasner in 2 years has won 2 trophies. Mikel Arteta, 2. In 5 years, has won 2 trophies. But Arteta has won 3. He has 2 Community Shield and 1 FA Cup. Oliver Glasner has won 1. So it's not the same. When people want to criticize Arteta, at least use facts. It's not the same number of trophies. Arteta has 2 Community Shield and 1 FA Cup in... Glasner, 2 is close, but...
Glasner has a Europa League, FA Cup, and Community Shield.
Who does?
Glasner.
No, I mean with Palace, not him as manager. I mean with Palace. We're talking projects. The project duration.
Projectus.
Projectus. But listen, DK, this one I'll start with you. To be fair, I don't know where that came from in my intro. It was a great game of football. Very enjoyable game of football. The penalty shootout even better. Dean Henderson. I mean, this is classic throwback football, back to the 90s with the head, with the cap on. I mean, it was fantastic. Glasner and Crystal Palace thoroughly deserve this and probably should have won this in regulation time.
Not necessarily.
Penalty. Handball.
Situ says no penalty.
We'll get to that handball.
Yeah, I thought it was
but let's talk about the game and what it's taught us about what the new season,
Okay,
if it has it at all.
Let me start from Liverpool. Kekes, baller. We knew from last season, I think he slotted. In fact, for Liverpool to start with 4 new players in their starting 11 was very bold from the manager.
It tells you exactly where his mind is.
He knows exactly.
In the rebuild.
Straight into the team. And to be frank, I think all 4 of them did really well. Kekes was brilliant. Vets was really good. Ekitike, obviously, he scored. Frimpong, we all know Frimpong. Going forward, he's an asset, a serious asset. The pace, the timing of his runs. But what this taught me about this Liverpool team, yes, they are still at the very top, but they seriously need a centre-back. I think they need to refresh something at the back. There's something.
Van Dijk and Konate.
Van Dijk and Konate started, but I don't think Van Dijk is not the same player that he was a couple of years ago. As for the aura and the brand and the AD, and there's a tendency for you to think that this is 2019 or this is 2020, but he's steadily declining. He's not as sharp. He's not as quick. And it comes with the age. It's normal. He's not playing in it. He's playing the Premier League. So the demand over the years is catching up. And I think Liverpool need an extra centre-back, somebody to force competition within the team. They also need a specialized DM. Last season, he did something brilliant with Gravenberch, at times McAllister. But clearly, looks like teams will figure you out. You're not going to get away with it 2 seasons in a row. And I think Liverpool need a really good established defensive midfielder for it to set this season as another title-winning season.
So Gravenberch, McAllister, Endo.
Endo is not part.
He's captain. He's like deputy captain material.
Endo is not. Obviously, you can't rely on him. But I think
he's also slightly old.
Yeah.
Right?
And you see, the thing about Gravenberch didn't even come in as a specialist DM. He did a really good job last season. And now we know he can play that position. But I think Liverpool this is Liverpool. It's Liverpool. And the way they are going out and strengthening aspects of their team with specialists.
I think the DM is also
because it was there last
season. Baleba.
Yes, on Baleba, or they can come and take Ugati. But it's really, really important that they strengthen the defensive midfield position. Because, to be frank, this Crystal Palace team hasn't changed too much from last season. But we know how efficient they are.
Right.
And they gave Liverpool a lot of trouble in that game. They gave them a lot to think about. Obviously, it's not every week you are going to face a Crystal Palace team. But with the sort of preseason Liverpool have had, the fact that they got most of their signings very early, and all these guys have been with the team for at least this past 5 weeks, they've played a lot of games together. We expected a bit more of a finished product in this game. And to be frank, the sort of chances they conceded is just an indication of how teams will come at them next season. So for me, I think if they get proper protection for the back and then another centre-back in there, I think they are set. But Kekes, no, they're a baller. Yeah, they believe that boy.
Listen, you know, I listened to the comments of the 2 managers after the game, and Slot was very particular about the amount of goals they've conceded in preseason, which feeds directly into what Daniel spoke about. And it's not just a centre-back situation, it's also the lack of protection for the centre-back. Is that a sentiment you share, that perhaps, or maybe you are just being a little too harsh, and if the season starts, Liverpool could just figure everything out?
No. It's a concern, and the manager would know this. It's a lot of other things. I think they need another centre-back. Not necessarily because one has to come and replace either Konate or Van Dijk, but the season is long with plenty games. So they need another quality centre-back who, when either of them is not available due to injury or suspension, the person slots in and are still quality. Because now when you look at the Liverpool team, if there's no Van Dijk and there's no Konate, then you have to rely on Gomez. And, you know, Kwanzaa is already left for Bayer Leverkusen. So straight away, you know, that they need to find something in centre-half. Then he mentions that in the middle of the park, I think Ryan Gravenberch has proven that he can be a proper DM. What he did last season was no fluke. It was proper readjusting to a role. That tells us how intelligent and versatile he can be. But without him, Liverpool can struggle. But you don't also expect that he plays every single game in the season. And, of course, congratulations to him. He's a dad now, so he missed the game because he was going to be a father. And there will be moments where he's not going to miss a game because he's going to be a father. He's going to miss a game because he's been suspended or he's injured. Yeah. But then you need somebody to cover in. And I was surprised that in the absence of Gravenberch, the manager didn't go with McAllister to sit in deep for them a little bit, because even though he's not a specialist, he understands that role a bit more than Curtis Jones does. Because when you have Florian Wirtz, Szoboszlai, and Curtis Jones in the middle of the park, Crystal Palace will look at that midfield with what they have, and they will be happy that they're coming up against that midfield. Not because they don't have the quality, but it's simply because when somebody has to protect that back four, there isn't any one of those three midfielders that started on the day that can do the job that either Gravenberch or McAllister could do. So if Liverpool can bring in an extra body into the middle of the park, that's to offset. I also think that while Liverpool talk about the defense and the midfield, many people have said a lot of things about how good Liverpool's transfer window has been so far. But they look at those players who are coming into the club. So Frimpong, great. But he came in to replace Alexander-Arnold. Kerkis, brilliant. He's coming. Maybe Robertson or Chimikas, one of them is going to leave.
Chimikas, I just read today that it's on his way out.
It's on his way out, great. So he's coming in to
He was left out of this game, actually.
In this game, yes. He's coming to replace Chimikas, then Kerkis. But of course, he takes Robertson's position. So those are replacements. And then Ekitike comes in. Then you look at Florian Wirtz, who is coming. These are good additions. But Liverpool have lost 3 attackers who can cause massive problems to any defense anywhere. They've not replaced Luis Diaz. They've not replaced Darwin Núñez. And of course, may he so rest in peace, Diogo Jota, who passed away. And if you look at the
3 of their front 4.
3 very quality footballers who, if Jota is
their
fit,
front 4 from last season.
yeah, if Jota is fit, he can guarantee you goals. If Diaz is fit, or when he plays, he doesn't always score, but you know it's a nuisance to the opposition defender. He's going to stretch that back line. He's going to run in behind. He's going to come short. He's going to dribble. He's going to cause all sorts of problems. He's gone, right? And then there is Darwin Núñez, who won't always score, who never scores, as you'd expect him. But he's also some nuisance to the opposition, and he's gone. So when you look at Gakpo, Ekitike now, and Mo Salah, who probably are the front 3, take any one of them off. If you take Gakpo off, who comes from the bench to cause the same problems down the wing? I don't think they have anybody. If you take Ekitike off, who comes in then to replace that? So Liverpool have lost 3, I'm not going to say, especially Darwin Núñez, but I'm not going to say all of them were successful, but whenever they played, they gave a position.
Luis Diaz especially. He has been a reliable figure.
He has been a reliable one.
Over the years.
Jota was.
So in that sense, though, what has happened to the Isak link? It's sort of dried up a little bit in the last few... I mean, by dry up, I mean we haven't seen a lot of news around it since then. Liverpool are still in the picture, no?
I think they are, but Liverpool are going to be intelligent about this. And the manager of Newcastle said, Eddie Howe said he wasn't straight away going to integrate the player into the squad, considering what has happened. And so Liverpool would know that if Newcastle need to move the player on, then they would have to be reasonable about the asking price. Also, now Newcastle will know that if Isak is not going to stay, then they have to also act quickly in the market. But they would need some money to do that business. Because they've not necessarily sold players. So then Liverpool also calculates them and thinking, okay, they're asking for maybe 130. Can we beat it down to 100, 110? So Liverpool are not under pressure to go and knock on the door of Newcastle to bring the player at all costs. They are looking at how they can manage the period that is left and hopefully sign on the player. But like I said, even though Liverpool need that DM and need an extra centre-back, the business they've done in the market has left them a bit short in attack because the profile of players who have left were more problems, caused more problems for the position than some who are left now or some who they brought through. So
and that's why for me, I don't think, to be frank, when I look at the players they are chasing, I don't think Isak should be a priority.
You don't think he should be?
When the initial deal was rejected, there were reports that Liverpool wanted Bradley Barcola, which for me made sense.
Yeah. Direct replacement for Luis Diaz.
Direct replacement. He's explosive down the left-hand side. And to be frank, Gakpo's fitness has not necessarily been that consistent. Gakpo can make shifts as a false 9 if something happens to Ekitike. Wirtz can play the number 10. He can drift off to the left-hand side. But in terms of profiles, as Citro has explained it, if they go ahead and they get Isak, there's a bit of limitation as to how you can move and jig around your front 4. Because Isak is not going to come to Liverpool and play on the left-hand side. He wants to play down the middle. And once he's playing down the middle, it means that Ekitike will have to make do on the bench. Whereas if you got Barcola and you are benching Gakpo, you have a much stronger, much scarier team. Because even off the bench, if you have a player like Gakpo coming off the bench, it's much scarier. if Ekitike is coming on for Isaac, there's not much difference in terms of profile and what they can offer because they are very similar players. So for me, I thought Bakulai should have been a deal that Liverpool pursued and probably got him away from
maybe not
PSG.
too late.
Yes,
maybe not too late. But you know, I had I tweeted jokingly that I didn't understand the handball rule anymore after this incident in the game, where I thought that McAllister definitely handled the ball. Probably should have been a penalty, but it wasn't giving.
Yeah.
What do you think it's not a handball?
I don't think it's a pen. Yeah, the ball struck the hand, but there are rules to handball. And it is true, the rules to handballs are too many now. You can't keep up with it. Sometimes I struggle. But the point is, when the ball is in the air and a player has jumped, and the player's hand that hit the ball is not above the shoulder, it's not given as a handball. So if a player jumps and the hand that touches the ball is above the shoulder, it's not natural. You're not jumping with your hand flying across. But when you jump, your hand or your shoulder is expected to flap so that it gives you that leverage to climb. And when you are coming down, it's expecting to be dropping. But it's not going to drop by your side when you are coming down. So the natural position is that hand that touches the ball is below the shoulder. And once it gets below the shoulder, the referee has a good look at it. Yes, the ball struck the hand, but in what position? And that position was the hand below the shoulder. So I can understand why it wasn't given as a pen, as the rule says.
I thought it was a penalty. The moment it was a clear obstruction to the opposition. I swear, the ball doesn't touch his hand. Sarr takes it down his chest and gets a clean further goal. For me, like, I think
McAllister is not even looking because the ball is back.
No, I think that handball rule should work exactly the same as the offside rule about obstruction. If you are not there, if that hand is not there, it's an advantage to the
there are too many rules around.
Look, my issue is with consistency because I promise you, this thing will happen again somewhere in the season, and it will be given as a penalty.
It will be a penalty.
That's how it literally starts. Every season starts like this. All the fresh rules are applied in the first 2-3 weeks, and then by ending of September into October, it's back to factory settings. Because there's a foul. There's a foul all day.
Like you can't use your hand to take the ball off someone's chest and tell me that it's not a penalty.
No, don't put it that way. If you put it like
the guy, he did like this.
Yes.
He was literally breaking
like this. Now I blame Benaya because he's not had a position clearly. Like, I understand the sentiments, but these things are governed by rules. And I don't say, once the hand is below the shoulder when you're jumping,
easy.
But that's a natural position they claim it is.
Natural position. Yeah, I mean, not natural position. Anyway, before we get into a lot of the preseason games, let me read a couple of messages that have come through. A lot of them actually on the number 055-157-5757 and also on hashtag SportsZone on X. Good evening, guys. So BBC went for Madrid, BBC went for Juve. There no, yeah, no Man United to one force get BBC. Mobu Accra, you won't be CSM. Yari Ankwa, Ramsey, in Tamale. Benjamin Sesko. Title contenders. We'll get into it. This one says, good evening, guys. Sterling watching you from Ablekuma. I really like how these pandits are underrating Chelsea. They did the same thing during the Club World Cup. And with Simons and the likes joining, all I'll say is they should wait and see.
Is he on this show?
Good evening.
Or general?
I think it's general. I think he's talking about Jamie Carragher especially. Right. He has recently said that Chelsea may have won the Club World Cup, but he doesn't think that Chelsea are
title contenders.
Then you see the volleyball over there. This is what Benaya has gone to get you to convince you.
But this
is going to grab the Benaya play it on. Or is it a still shot?
There's a still shot.
It's a picture.
Benaya would take still shot.
Clean penalty. Clean.
You know why now? But why? Is it not in the original highlights? They didn't capture it.
They didn't capture it.
Don't worry. Let's go on. The bottom line is they didn't take it. We'll be here. They'll take another one.
We'll take another one.
Good evening. Watching you from Tamale. My name is Farouk. Farouk, thank you for tuning in. Good evening, guys. I'm Osaberima Stephen, watching live from Volta Regional Capital. Who I think Chelsea, the world champions, will win the Premier League in the upcoming season. Interesting. This one says, good evening to you, Fent, and the team. Last Monday, after that exposed your twisted take on the then purported transfer of Sesko to United, the club moved to engage the player and make the deal happen quickly. And I believe that people in Manchester were watching the show. Dear Sicho, Van Dijk said Liverpool needs a striker. Does he not rate Ekitike Nipaye Cutlery set?
No, he actually said, good. So he actually said they need forwards.
Yes, he said.
Yeah, he didn't necessarily say a striker, and he would know.
He said he needs forward players.
Yeah, when he trains, he would see the drop off a little bit, with no disrespect to the others, but it's clear.
Yeah, that was Pap from Aoshi. This one says, you guys are doing a great job. Congratulations to Crystal Palace for winning the Community Shield. I can't wait for the season to start. Emmanuel watching from Cotonou. Wow, Cotonou, Benin. Thank you very much, Emmanuel, for tuning in. Hey, fan, good evening. Actually, I have nothing to say today. Anyway, keep up the good work. Rest well to our beloved comrades. This is a message from Joseph in Bandai. This message says, this from Frankie Kadia in the northern region. He says, good evening to you, Fento, and your panelists. My condolences to the 8 fallen heroes of the nations. Such a devastating crash has never happened to Ghana before. But what is written is written. Blue is the color, and Chelsea is the name. This year, Maresca is on fire. Super Frankie, thank you for your message. This one is from Ado in Koforidua. Ado says, good evening. This season will be the first time I have seen Liverpool players wearing nice jerseys since I started following EPL from 1998. Ado says, Liverpool have never had a nice jersey. That's an interesting one.
Are you sure?
This is like the 07, 06,
It's like
Torres.
Dakites, Torres, Ryan Babel.
That jersey was normal.
With the collar.
Yeah. What?
How was it normal?
It was normal.
Yeah,
That time, Adidas literally just had the same jersey for
everybody.
Liverpool, Chelsea. They all had the same.
But it's the same thing these days.
Yeah.
Adidas,
One template design.
one template that is
Different
for
colours.
everybody.
Buying is always different.
No, buying Adidas is home base.
Thank you very much.
So let's not make that into a conversation. Home base.
Prince from La Paz says, United forever, no size. Kudos to Palace for beating Man City and Liverpool to win both trophies. All right, thank you very much. This one says, good evening, you guys are doing a great job. This one says, hi, Fent. Do you remember against Chelsea against Benfica in the Club World Cup? It was the same thing, and it was given as a penalty against Malo Gusto. Yeah, I remember that one.
But it's all Gusto. You see the difference? You can find and play, it's a different one. It's different.
Oh, they are all.
It's true, I'm not kidding you.
So why was it so why wasn't this one given as a penalty?
McAllister's hand was above his shoulder.
It's a clear penalty. I'm surprised at Benaya.
Show us the picture again. It was above his. Is this not above his shoulder? Look at where the hand is.
Find
the shoulder.
Find the Gusto one. It will make it clear.
If you said if it's above the shoulder,
yes.
Foul. If it is below the shoulder, is it not above the shoulder?
That's why I don't even like the still picture. I want the video to play. Because VAR wouldn't use the still picture.
No. You see, when they are doing offside call, what did they do? They pause it. As at the time the ball was kicked.
Yes, at the time the ball was
kicked. They pause it.
Yes.
As at the time the ball hit the hand, where was the hand? Is it not below,
yes.
Above the shoulder?
No, I don't think it's above the shoulder. I don't think it's above the shoulder.
This thing.
No, I don't. No,
Look.
No, look.
Look where his shoulder is, and look where the hand is.
Look, Danny. Look at the hand. I don't like the picture. I like the video more. When it played, like it's actually typifies it more. And even this one now, the referee's not going to consider that above the shoulder. And so when the player is jumping, because once his body is landing, that's where you expect his hand to be. His hand can't be anywhere else. It's natural. It's very natural. Now, if you like stand up and jump and counter and see where your hand will be.
Is Sar not jumping? Why is his left hand? He is also jumping.
Sir, where is Sar?
He had jumped. Sar had jumped and was
Sar's hand is, look at where
so
Sar's
why
hand
is his left hand by his side?
Sar is angling.
McAllister's foot is on the floor. So why is his hand up?
Oh, but look at his left foot. That guy is just landing. He's landing.
He's doing like the guy.
Landing.
The guy is
he's clearly landing. Look at
See, friend, have you seen the picture? McAllister is doing like
No. Look at his left leg.
Guys, it's okay.
his foot is on the floor.
It's okay.
And his hand is.
That is how you land.
Why does Sar have his left hand by?
Guys,
It's a penalty. It's cool.
It's okay. It's okay.
But it's cool.
Let's go through a few preseason games. All this will blame Benaya. Because if Benaya brought the correct video, this will be settled.
No, but it's a correct picture.
No, it's not.
We don't want.
We don't know if it was AI generated.
correct
We don't know if it's AI or.
So now it's AI.
Me, I'm a everything guy, so I don't believe everything I see on the net.
All right, guys, let me take you through the games as well. And then we can wrap it up. Arsenal took on Bilbao Emirates Cup, right? Let's take a look at how that went down. All right, so Arsenal, as usual, Emirates FA Cup. I say Emirates FA Cup, Emirates Cup. Striker. You know what the coach said, Ateta said that the whole Premier League, everybody for DG, because the striker they have, correct player. He has a point.
Hey, you.
I'm translating it to Ghana.
This guy. Ateta never said that.
Why you fear?
Ateta,
You know the fear.
Ateta did say it. He did say that the Premier League should be wary because they've got a quality player on their hands. But what did you make of Joker? How do you do the celebration?
Like this.
It's like this.
You like this. And you put it on your face.
Like this.
Simple.
Because I'm wearing glasses.
Yeah, simple.
Yeah.
If you put away glasses.
Striker.
This is from
Striker.
Striker. The problem is that when you do this, you can't see. But anyway,
But this is
fantastic header. The movement.
This people say he can't head the ball.
Who said it?
Who said
you
he can't head the
people.
ball?
Which people?
You people say the guy can't head.
We said his numbers with headed goals are not great.
Because the chances that come are not heading.
No, he's tried. He's missed.
It's okay. What did you make of his performance?
A striker.
No, I mean he did his job. He was a
First 2 goals,
just
he
the
was
position. I thought he didn't look out of place. He didn't look like he was settling in. He looked like
I love his movement, even for the goal.
Powerful movement.
Yeah,
powerful movement. So Ateta is right to say Arsenal have really got some powerful tool on their hand if they can really unlock it.
It's the second goal, dropping deep, winning it off, link up, and the ball returned. Then Martinelli and Saka ran into the space.
Charlie, awesome. But I say he has a new video.
And now cry.
What cry is this? Where is it? Wait. Wait.
No.
Clear hand.
Ball struck the hand. But no, nobody's.
He took the ball from the guy.
The ball, but now pause it.
No ref is giving a pen
It's
for that.
above the shoulder.
No ref is giving a pen for that.
This is VR. It's not above the shoulder. It's not a situation. Look, you say you don't like, they've shown you video.
No ref is giving a pen for that.
It's okay, but let's move on.
No ref. And that's why VAR saw this. Went over and over. And VAR told
Why
the ref that, bro,
played against Fiorentina? Take a look at the highlights.
Hey.
All right, so Manchester United winning that on penalties. What did we learn about the United's preseason? Obviously, now this is the last game that everybody's playing before the start of the season. What have we learned about United's preseason so far, about how the team will do next year?
The players look a lot more comfortable in the system. Last season, it looked like they were struggling through it. Looked like they were laboring. It was forced on them. Preseason has shown us that they've bought into it, I think. Whether it is good enough to beat a lot of the teams in the Premier League will be another question, but there's no doubt that the players know what the manager expects. We've seen flashes. It's not perfect yet. Obviously, because Benjamin Sesko is going to come in as a striker, they probably as well might sign another midfielder. But I think the general framework of the team looks more coordinated now than we saw under Ruben Amorim from last season. So we'll see how it works or how it fares against proper Premier League opposition when the league starts.
Okay, are there still a couple of players short, do you think?
Yeah, that midfield is very important. Baleba.
Baleba.
No, he needs...
Obi player, what's in the jersey? Baleba is a United player.
United are interested.
When he comes.
I said they need to buy Baleba.
Okay. I thought you said when Baleba comes. It's not even if. You said when Baleba comes.
Say he needs to come. He needs to come because with this front three means Bruno is going to drop into central midfield. And if Bruno is dropping into central midfield, United need an athletic partner for Bruno who can cover a lot of ground.
Kobe Mainoo.
He's also very, I say, athletic.
Why? Kobe Mainoo is not athletic.
They need an athletic partner for Bruno who can cover ground. And he's also very comfortable on the ball because Bruno will be moving forward to that front four. You see, when Bruno moves...
I'm watching
the system.
When Bruno moves there.
In the build-up phase...
Use the game to show us the game.
Fantastic. Give me the pivot. Give me the pivot.
Here.
In the build-up phase, Man United centre-back, the centre one,
yes,
which is the
no, the touch screen will be enough for you. Like the table,
the lead tends to join into midfield.
Yes.
So that's the plan. The lead goes into midfield with Baleba. Then Bruno pushes forward. So now United form two boxes. Baleba, the lead, Bruno, Cunha, Mbeumo, Sesko.
What team is set?
I said
it.
That's what they need. Because
You have put Baleba in there.
Without
Somebody's
Baleba,
player.
no, I'm saying that. You see, if it's somebody like Ugarte, he's not comfortable on the ball, so build-up will become a problem. So then, if Ugarte is here, you see that in preseason, now Bruno needs to drop. And Ugarte is just a spare man who hardly receive the ball.
Yes.
If Bruno doesn't drop, the ball is going to Ugarte, and Ugarte is struggling to build.
So name this midfield three for me.
So, no, it's not a midfield three.
So what is it?
This is Martinez when he comes back. De Ligt, Yoro, Ahmad, Dogu, Dogu, then Baleba, Bruno, then Cunha, Mbeumo, Sesko. I'm telling you. Nah, you see the vision.
Glory. And then once all of this is set, you're winning the league, or?
No. Top 6 push. Yeah.
Let's talk about a team that finished in the top 6 last season. Chelsea Football Club, the FIFA Club World Cup champions, the world champions, the Conference League winners. They started preseason pretty late. They've only played 2 preseason games. They played one against Leverkusen. Both matches were played at Stamford Bridge. And they took on AC Milan as well yesterday, around the same time that Liverpool were playing the Community Shield against Crystal Palace. And they won convincingly by 4-1. Take a look at how it all went down. All right, welcome back. So Chelsea Football Club, of course, it was very early red card for AC Milan and all of that. But even with 11 players against Leverkusen, Chelsea have looked absolutely brilliant. João Pedro is averaging a goal a game. I mean, that's ridiculous. And I don't think that a lot of people expected him to be as successful as he is. The one thing I want to talk about, though, is now that they have Levi Colwill out, the manager, Enzo Maresca, is on record to have said that they need to sign a centre-back. Chelsea do have a lot of centre-backs on paper. Do they really need to sign a centre-back?
Yeah, they do. Even though they've got a lot of centre-backs on paper, not a lot of them maybe then are ready to compete and take...
So let's go to Chelsea centre-backs then.
Badiashile is not good enough.
Badiashile is...
Renato Vega is still there.
They are looking to ship him out.
Vega is going to go.
He didn't play in preseason. He didn't
play participation. So Chelsea has a whole group of players that are training on their own, not part of the current squad.
Yeah.
And
look,
they should reintegrate him.
This guy's a Portugal international. He's being said, look at what he did with Juventus last
No, he's good.
He wanted first-team football. Cole has an ACL. He's out for a long time. This is guaranteed football for Renato Vega. I don't see why Chelsea needs to go and buy another centre
But maybe he's put himself in a situation where it's like there's no turning back for both parties. Sometimes it's possible.
No, but that guy now, he's like that.
Well, so yeah, I think
it's troublesome.
And for Maresca as well, when he sets his team, it's difficult to change his mind about it. We saw it from last season. So Hato has come in, but they still don't think Hato he's still young. He's still going to learn through the squad. He's a very talented footballer. But I don't want to throw him into this. Chelsea really want to go and compete next season. Without Levi Colwill, even with Levi Colwill, you wonder if he is experienced enough alongside another centre-back to take Chelsea throughout the season. But now one of their best centre-backs in Levi Colwill is out. So then what remains...
Best centre-back, to be honest.
Yeah, what remains doesn't look like it's good enough, even though the numbers are... They've got the numbers. You know, it doesn't look like they've got what it takes to complement two centre-backs who have got what it takes to complement each other. So I can understand why Chelsea will be looking to go into the market, bring in somebody so that they can be competitive next season. Mind you, next season, Enzo Maresca won't have the opportunity of playing a Team A and a Team B, where Team B plays in the Conference League and then the Team A plays in the Premier League. He would have to rely on Cole Palmer on Wednesday or Tuesday night and rely on Cole Palmer on Saturday afternoon or Sunday evening. So 2 games a week, most of his best players are going to play.
Interesting. Should they sign Bastoni? Can they sign Bastoni?
Does it fit the profile of players Chelsea want to sign? What is his age?
Left-footed, left centre-back.
No, profile. I mean, when I say profile, not necessarily with ability, but profile in terms of the packages that Chelsea are. We know Chelsea want to sign some young players.
Okay, I get what you mean.
Is it going to sign the number of years they are offering? What about the wages?
Age.
But of course, Bastoni is a perfect fit for any team in the world.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
perfect. I would love Chelsea to sign him.
Are they looking at him though?
I have seen a couple of, but I don't think that it's been what I've seen is serious or deep enough. I want us to talk briefly about some transfers, and then we wrap it up here on the show. A quick one. We're hearing Man City they're clearing the house. Jack Grealish is going to Everton on loan for an option to buy for 50 million.
5-0.
That is crazy. Garnacho says Chelsea or no. He said Chelsea or I'm staying here at Man United. Doesn't want to go to any club. And Fabrizio tweeted a photo of him and said Garnacho waiting for Chelsea. McCarthy is gone to Forest. He's left Man City or is leaving Man City. We hear Savinho is also okay to leave. And Spurs are the ones that seem interested in him. What do you make of what's happening at Man City and the players that are leaving, where they're going especially? Quick one.
They're clearing out. Jack Grealish, I'm not surprised.
But the price though?
No. So it's a loan with an option to buy for that.
For 50 million.
Know Jack Grealish in Everton will ball. Why? He'll break that shackle of holding the ball and passing. Everton will sit deep in most of the games. And when they have the ball, he will have the freedom to run and do what Grealish was doing for Aston Villa, how he made his name. He will look so good if he's fit in that Everton team that some teams might be tempted to pay that much for him. But of course, age is not on his side. He will be 30 when the season is over. So you're thinking if maybe Everton might even want to pay that 50 and keep the quality player in Jack Grealish, or another team comes looking for him. For Savinho, it surprises me because I thought he was just beginning to embed himself in what Pep wanted his team to do. So I'm surprised they're looking at it. But you're looking at what the rumors are, that they are looking to clear some of the players out and then test Madrid's resolve on Rodrigo. So then it makes sense that they are letting some of these players go, raise the money, clear the space, and bring in the Brazilian winger from Real Madrid.
I think that would make sense for City.
Yeah, Rodrigo. But what does that mean for, I don't know what that means. What does that mean if Savinho goes to Spurs? What does that mean for Ghanaian's Mohamed Kudus?
Yeah, for me,
are they the same type of player?
No, not necessarily, but I'm looking at what has happened through preseason and what happened last season with the way Thomas Frank likes to play. The thing is, during preseason, and I see a lot of people who are saying it's simple, Mohamed Kudus will go to a number 10. Mohamed Kudus in the Premier League hasn't played as a number 10. There's a reason why he hasn't played as a number 10. He's been tried on the left wing and on the right wing, more successfully on the right wing. During preseason, we've seen him play both on the left and on the right for Tottenham Hotspur. Maddison didn't start the first 3 games in preseason.
Okay.
Yet it was Pap Matassa and Bergval who were pushed into the number 10 role. My point is, if a manager has a new player and he's trying out different systems, preseason, that is what it shows you, what the manager is thinking. I don't think that Mohamed Kudus is going to be an option for number 10. And to be frank, he doesn't have the skill set to play it at an elite level. He will not give you what Maddison is giving you. Kudus doesn't have that eye for a pass. His chance creation, assist numbers are not necessarily the best when you compare him to the elites in that position. So for me, if Savinho is coming in, and again, I always say this thing, it's very crucial. When you see certain players making moves like this, quote-unquote surprise moves, in a World Cup year, they've been given certain guarantees. Savinho is not going to move to Tottenham Hotspur to come and fight when he's trying to push for a place for the Brazilian national team. Okay. So he has been given certain guarantees by Tottenham, and we've been made to know that Thomas Frank wants him. So if he's coming in, bang on, he's going to play. He's also the sort of player who can play on the left and can play on the right. Okay. People say yes, he was very successful playing on the left-hand side when he was at Girona. But at Man City, he's played a chunk of his games on the right-hand side. Okay. Kudus himself, we don't know if he's going to be a right winger or a left winger. So bang on, there is competition because there's also Brennan Johnson, who is very productive on the wings. He guarantees you goals, he guarantees you
return
assists,
than the both.
by all means. And my point is, maybe they would start with Savinho and Kudus because both of them are really good ball carriers, they can dribble. But if they are not getting the numbers, and both Savinho and Kudus have shown that they are not in the Premier League, in terms of numbers, raw numbers, goals, assists, you can't depend on them. They have a high ceiling, they have the potential to, but in terms of what they have done, there's no guarantee. The guy with the productive numbers, I'm sure it's not take time, he will come in, who is Brennan Johnson. So there's now some good competition there. And for me, Kudus, and I always say it, people don't pay and the teams haven't paid the amount of money they've paid for Kudus because of what they are getting. It is what they know they can get. It is his potential that is scary. But it is now up to him to deliver it consistently. Because, look, in terms of talent, there's nothing he can't do. His shot, his ball carrying ability, his dribbling, he's good enough for any top team. But the numbers have to follow. And I'll end by saying, I'm sure you saw the Salah exclusive with Liverpool last week.
Yeah.
Where he spoke about the conversation he had with Slot, telling Slot that Slot should build his system around him and make him happy. And Slot said, if I'm going to do that, you have to guarantee me numbers. He didn't say dribbles. He didn't say Sulia. You have to guarantee me numbers. Because for teams like top 6 teams, it is the numbers that guarantee the trophies. So it's not about your ball carries and your successful dribbles. Yeah. It's about goals and assists when you're playing for certain teams.
Efficiency. That is all that matters. I think that's our show this evening. I've got a message here. Chris from Aju says, the multimedia CEO has to reduce Benaya's salary because he did stress us. Wow. Play video, let Cicho explain himself. You are doing Isco Kitties. Thank you, Chris, for that. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us this evening. The show is proudly brought to you by Piva Beverages, producers of Game Energy Drink, also by Guinness. My name is Fentio, Tahir Fentio. Switch over Philip Atrim and Daniel Cranting, as always, joining me here. Show produced by Benaya. We're back again next Monday. Until then, you take care of yourself and bye-bye.